Warehouse master data. Let us now discuss the master data we plan to use for testing the best practice model company processes in EWM 1909 version of SAP. We will maintain, create, update master data at our org structure level so that we are able to use them during our process execution. So let us start with product master. What you can see on your screen are the different products that we plan to use for our testing. Each of these products are already created in the template warehouse that has been provided by SAP. We will now have to extend them to our plant and our warehouse. So first thing we are going to do is, for each of these products we will extend them to purchasing, MRP 1, 2, 3, 4, general plant 1, 2 and accounting views in ERP. After that we'll create those products in EWM as warehouse product. After creating these products in EWM, we are going to maintain the very specific data for all these products. So for example, product EWM S401, which is a small part and a slow moving item. It is already created with the unit of measure 1 pal equals to 6 CAR equal to 48 pieces with the EN number that you can see on your screen. In EWM, so we are not going to change any data in ERP. We are just going to extend it with the same data. It's already maintained in the template plant. We are going to extend the same data to our new plant. Whereas in EWM, when we create this product as warehouse product, we need to maintain several data. For example, put away control indicator, we are going to maintain YQ01 for EWM S401 part. We are going to maintain section indicator as Y01. We will also extend it to a storage type view Y021. In that storage type view, we would be maintaining it with 2 CAR as minimum replenishment quantity, 4 CAR as minimum quantity and 6 CAR as maximum quantity. So same way we are going to extend all these products in ERP and maintain their EWM and maintain their warehouse specific views in EWM warehouse product transaction. So some of these products, as you can see, are trading goods, some are finished products, some are raw materials. We will use them the way they are. They are already created by SAP and given to us for testing purpose. Since we plan to test the pre-built scenarios that SAP has configured, we will use the product the way they are provided to us. Only thing is, we will be extending them to our org level, organizational level. So out of all these products, EWM S4 20, this is a batch managed product. So we have some scenarios for batch managed parts. We are going to use this product for testing of processes for batch managed materials. Material TG20 and TG11 are not warehouse managed. We also have few IM managed storage location and few IM managed scenarios. We are going to use these two products for testing of those IM managed processes. Packaging material. We also have several packaging materials that we plan to use for our testing. Some of them are SSCC pallets, some of them are container boxes. We have a wire basket as well. We are going to use yard management for that. We also have a packaging material to create a transportation unit. We will have a separate packaging material for initial stock upload. We are going to have a separate packaging material for carton. These are all the packaging materials which are already created in system. Let us now extend them to general plant view for our plant PL23. We will make sure while extending this product that the packaging material type is the same as it is maintained in the template warehouse 1710. So some of them are YN01 palette, some of them are YN03 palette. Only difference between YN01 palette, it's a SSCC palette, and YN03 are the regular handling units without SSCC number generation. We will create all this packaging material into our new warehouse WH23. We'll also make sure the WM packaging view is extended for these parts. So all these packaging materials are also assigned to a handling unit type. YN01, YN02, YN03 and YN04 are the handling unit types that we plan to use for these packaging materials. So there are two important fields for packaging material: the packaging material type and the handling unit type. So we are going to extend this packaging material to our new plant warehouse and make sure the correct data is maintained for these two fields. Business partners. We will be using suppliers and customers for our testing. For inbound process, we will be using suppliers. For outbound purpose, we will be using customers. In S4 HANA, suppliers and customers are created as business partners. So these business partners are already created in system. EWM 17SU01 and 1730001 are the supplies that we will be using for our testing. We will be using customer master EWM 17 CU01, CU02 and CU03 for our testing. So we'll just review whether these business partners are already created in system. This would have already been created as part of the model company setup. We will use them the way they are. We just make sure that they exist in system. Storage bins, very important master data. So for our testing purpose, in the template warehouse, SAP has provided us storage bin structures. The same structures would have got copied into our new warehouse WH23. We will use the same structure and create bins in mass. There are few more bins required which are not part of bin structure. For example, GR zone bins, scrap zone bins, bins in the staging areas, bins in the handover areas. I have prepared a consolidated list of those bins which are not in the bin structures, and we are going to create those bins by uploading them through a CSV upload template. Once the bins are created, we will further sort those storage bins. Packaging specification. There are default packaging specifications created in system for scenarios where we are going to pick on a wire basket, pick on a pallet or pick on a container. These packaging specifications are determined based on the packaging profile maintained in the warehouse order creation rule. We are going to maintain the condition record for all these packaging specifications which are already created for a new warehouse, and for the same packaging profile, since we have copied the warehouse, same packaging profile and the same warehouse order creation rule are copied into our new warehouse. So for us to be able to use these packaging specifications, we will extend the condition records to allow us use the same packaging specification. There is also a packaging specification for production supply purpose. Let us maintain that packaging specification also. The packaging specification is for material EWM S4 601, where we are going to use it for picking it on a EWM S4 PL00 pallet. Packaging specification is used when we are supplying this part into a PSA Y001. And let us maintain the same packaging specification for the same product into our warehouse as well. So we would test the same product during the production supply process. Production supply area. One of the process that we are supposed to test is advanced production integration. For advanced production integration, we need to make sure the production supply areas are created. These production supply areas are several drop points in the production area. So we will create the production supply areas, replicate them to EWM. We will further assign storage bins into these production supply areas. So which production supply area for which part, which is the bin where we have to supply the product. We will also maintain the control cycle to ensure the staging takes place from EWM. Resources. All our processes, we are going to execute them on RF. So we are going to use test RF environment Fiori tile for testing the RF processes. For executing RF transactions, we need to mention resources. Resource management is an important feature of EWM. So for working with resource management, we need to make sure the resource as a master data is created. It is assigned to a resource group using which the queues are determined, and we also need to make sure the user which we are using for testing is maintained so that appropriate menus and warehouse selection is made. We are going to set up the same resource management master data as it is maintained in 1710. This will help us to execute the processes the same way SAP has set up for the template or warehouse for testing the best practices and model company processes. Additional settings. Apart from these master data, we have to also carry out some additional settings for our new warehouse. Again, these settings are required for testing the best practices and model company processes in EWM. So if you're copying the SAP template warehouse and you want to execute the similar process for your own warehouse, you have to do this additional settings for your warehouse. So the settings that we plan to maintain are staging area and door determination for inbound and outbound, the access sequence based on which this staging area and door determination will be determined. It is determined based on process type or process type and route combination. We are going to assign storage bins to the door. We are going to create wave templates. Wave template is also a master data. For testing wave management functionality, we will create a wave template with all the time attributes so that we are able to test a particular process with waves. In order to post physical inventory document and posting entries in difference analyzer, we should be assigned two tolerances. We are going to make sure the user ID that we are going to use for testing the physical inventory process has the required tolerance group assigned to it. Condition records. There are several outputs which we will be testing during the processes. We are going to make sure all the condition records are maintained for our warehouse. Again, we will be using the same output condition records that are maintained for the template warehouse. This way, it will help us to test the same output process as SAP has provided us in the model company or best practice process. Condition records for handling rate output, condition records for wave template determination, condition records for auto posting of good receipt of production inbound delivery, condition record for automatic creation of warehouse tasks after the good receipt is performed for a production inbound delivery, and we are also going to maintain condition record for printing physical inventory count sheets. Let us now go and maintain this master data in SAP. Thank you.